Hi, everybody. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Mama Bear. Good to see you guys. Finally, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Do this. Oh, yeah, I forgot to go do that. Oh, yeah, I forgot to go do that. Oh, yeah, I got to go do that. One of those kind of days. You know, where your memory is only happens when you forget shit. You remember it. Anyway, welcome. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about you guys. How's your week been going? I'm intentionally trying to think of things to talk about today that have nothing to do with gun laws and children being murdered. It just in school. And I can tell you all the hits that I've been getting the last couple of days. Hi, Janet P. Good to see you. But this isn't what the purpose of this channel is for. So it's up to you guys. If it makes you guys feel better to hear what I have to say about the issue, to hear my opinion on this, then let me know. If you want to vent in here, you know you're always allowed to do that. This is the place to come to find inspiration and some calmness. So if getting a little chaotic at first helps you find calmness, come on, bring it on. Let's do this. Let's find that calmness together. You guys all know, you regulars of mine, you all know, I have been saying for months and months and months, we are not even thinking of the children. We're all so caught up in our adult bullshit heads and the crap we have to deal with that we aren't paying attention to the kids. What our hate, our arguing, our separation, all this shit. And I'm talking all of us because we're all complacent in this. We have not been paying enough attention to what this is doing to our children. Do I think that 18-year-olds are being radicalized? I don't think it, anytime you talk about a whole group like that, no, I don't. Because you know who else is old enough to vote now and to react like this? I think there's certain ones, and I think they're raised to do this kind of thing. I don't think they're being radicalized from good, loving, kind parents. I think they're being groomed, trained from the moment they're born in the hate. You saw that with, I can't even remember his name. Today I have a name problem. So, the last teenager that went and shot up a bunch of people and they let him off. So, he was raised by fascist parents to do this kind of a thing. So don't know nothing about this latest shooter. I don't pay enough attention to the shooters. I'm more concerned about the families. And as far as the little children that died, please don't forget, when people die in a horrible crisis, a horrible traumatic incident, they signed on to do that because they're doing it to bring attention to what needs to change. Oh my God, what a horrible, heartbreaking way to bring attention. But it keeps freaking happening over and over and over again. I was listening to, hi Aiden, good to see you. Hey Jay. Mwah. Yeah, Kyle Higgins something. Higginbottom. Anyway, didn't even know what he's doing. Yeah, he did. He knew exactly what he was doing. But what I started to say is don't forget, we have one shooter in these incidences. How many survivors do we have? Okay? Think about those kids. They're getting Parkland. They're a voting part of the voting block now. So all this does is doesn't make more kids want to shoot people up. It makes more kids pissed and want it to stop, just like us adults. And it just might take a kid being a hero to make this shit stop. You live in Texas, Aiden? I know, sweetheart. Your extended family lives 45 minutes away from that school. Well, I've told this story here before, but I'll go into it in a little more detail. In January of 2009, you won't remember this probably, Aiden, you were probably too little. Our state, our House rep, our congressperson to the House of Representatives, Gabrielle Giffords, was shot in the left side of her head at a meet and greet to meet her constituents and shake their hands, find out what was important to them in front of a Safeway store here in Tucson. She was shot, and so were 8 other people. They died. She survived. We now have her husband as our senator, Mark Kelly. That grocery store was my Safeway. The Safeway I went to run and grab a gallon of milk or whatever. That is too fucking close to home. Too damn close to home. And the thing that was the scary thing about that incident was that young man had serious mental problems. His own family was terrified of him, didn't know what to do about him, so they just didn't do anything. Let the system take care of him. He was going to the community college here, and the community college was terrified of him, kicked him out of the school. They knew he was dangerous, and nobody did anything about this guy. 2 of the people that were killed, one was a federal judge and with a huge reputation, very respectable judge, and the other was an 8-year-old girl, just a little girl, who thought Gabrielle Giffords was somebody she might want to be because she wanted to be president someday, so she wanted to shake her hand. So this shit's been going on too long, you guys. So if I act like, oh boy, here's another one, it's because in my adult life, oh boy, here's another one. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. And all this thoughts and prayers and prayers and thoughts and thoughts and prayers fixes those who are doing the thinking and praying. They don't really necessarily always help those that you're sending your thoughts and prayers to, because when you do that, you want change. You want things to be better. But if you just send out empty thoughts and prayers constantly, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry, and nothing changes, don't waste your freaking breath. I would rather hear you say nothing than, oh, our thoughts and prayers are with you. My tears and heartbreak have been with you. And Yeah, I agree. It's just an infinite cycle of numbness until proper legislation gets passed. Thing is, Aiden, that proper legislation getting passed, we've been begging for this since the 1970s, sweetheart. Nothing changes. It just gets more and more lax. As a matter of fact, the whole purpose of our right to bear arms was to protect the country as a militia. Protect that country, not tear it apart. Protect people lived along miles and miles and miles away from each other. They needed to have guns to protect themselves. We live on top of each other. What the hell do we need a gun for? Huh? Yeah. Protect ourselves from each other because of hatred and separation, because we're so compact in each other's faces. Thank you, Jay. I'm kind of going off a little bit again. I am really frustrated at 64 years old because I have worked very hard to get where we were. And now I'm watching it all get erased. Just in a matter of just a few years. And I've busted my butt for over 40 years to get here. What the hell, people? The only gun that needs to be taken away is assault rifles. There's absolutely no reason for civilians or police, for that matter, to have assault rifles unless they're being called to arms as a part of like a National Guard. Thank you. Thanks, Herc. You're going to do a mindful prayer meditation on your channel? Cool. Yeah, everybody go over to Jay's channel. Last night I didn't hardly sleep because I'm thinking, what am I going to do on my channel today? What am I going to talk about? What are we going to do today? And I thought, I'm not going to plan anything. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What do you want to hear about? What do you want to talk about? Because I don't usually do political readings. I can read on this if you want me to. But I think there's so many people reading on it to death. I don't need to, do I? Do I really? Maybe I should read more on possible solutions for this. And how much longer? You ever see what an assault rifle? People, I need my rifles. What if I need to go out and hunt? I need to have it because I'm a hunter. Okay, you need an assault. You see what an assault rifle would do to a deer? You wouldn't want to eat that. Believe me, buckshot's bad enough. You bite down on a piece of buckshot, you lost that tooth. There's not going to be a whole lot left of a deer that's hunted with an assault rifle. And then you have gun collectors, which I understand them too. My father was one. But my father wasn't someone who had to have 250 guns. It used to be where if you had that many guns in your collection, people looked at you like, you're weird. Why do you need that many guns? That's what got attention to Waco, was they had too many guns. Unless you really are expecting a civil war or an invasion, why do you need to have that many guns? I'll be honest with you. I used to be a huge fan of someone on YouTube. It's a big channel on YouTube. And I can't watch them anymore because he fixed up a house up on this hill in Texas. And as part of it, he put in an underground vault for his gun collection. Now, I started watching this. It was a different channel at the time. He has 3 channels. Because he did weird shit like, what happens if you throw a hand grenade in 1,000 Bic lighters. Stuff like that on his channel. And it was fun to watch. It was really funny. But it got more and more and more about buying another gun and let's test this gun. This is a 50K. Will it knock me on my ass or do I have to lay on my belly? And I'm going, okay. And then he was laying on his thumbnail for his one video that he was going to give the tour of the vault. He's laying on the floor in there. And the walls are lined with different guns. What does one man need all those guns for? You can't shoot them all at the same time. And it's really interesting. What happens in the movies, in the Westerns, when they run out of ammunition? You get shot. You can't go run back in and get another gun. And you're not going to fight your fight from inside that vault with all those guns. You can only hold a gun in each hand, you guys. It's as bad of an addiction as opiates. I'm in Arizona, you know? Everybody and their brother here has a gun. There's no such thing as a concealed weapon here. You can carry your weapon wherever you want to carry it. Carry it under your hat. Carry it in your bra. Don't matter. Hide it anywhere. There's no such thing as a concealed weapon in the state of Arizona. They changed that back in 2010. Assault rifles or any kind of weapon of war is not to be taken lightly and should be used by trained professional soldiers or cops who are mentally healthy. That's kind of an oxymoron. Sorry. I have a real biased opinion of a lot of police officers. I love them, believe me. I have dealt with, as a businesswoman, I have dealt with police officers needing their help and a white businesswoman and being treated like I was the problem because I called them when I needed their help and I was white. Now, I can't imagine being a person of color and calling them for help and how you get treated. So, hey, but that's here in Tucson, Arizona. Too many of our military issued weapons and equipment are being issued and purchased by our police departments. Why? When did civilians become the enemy? You know, you look on most police cards, they have this emblem on them that says to protect and serve. Not protect and control. They're not social workers. They're the security guards. Okay, well, then we won't go into security guards because then we get into Border Patrol, and you don't want to know my opinion of Border Patrol. I live here. I live on the border, girls and boys. The most violent aspect of the Mexican border is the U.S. Border Patrol, period. And I've known people who were Border Patrol. I've known people who were killed that were Border Patrol. I won't go into that. That had to do with the weapons going to Mexico, getting in the hands of the cartels, coming back and shooting our Border Patrol. But hey, the cartels were created by our government anyway. So I'll tell you, that is a for sure thing. A lot of the people that ended up running cartels in the last 20, 30 years were ex-gang members from places like Los Angeles and New York and Chicago. They got sent back home. What do you expect? But they weren't, some of them didn't even come back here. This is why Nicaragua, El Salvador, and those places have gang-like rulers that people are running away from to try to get to the United States because they can't survive if they don't. We created that. Our government created that by our deportation of people who belong in jail. And instead of putting them in our jails, we'll just send them back home. But we don't bother to find out where is home. Just get them across the border, get them out of here. So Mexico ends up with them. Now, is that fair? Jay, I'm just speaking from my own experience since my dad, yes, is a Marine. I pulled that back up there. Trying to show it. There we go. Because my dad is a Marine, we talk about this topic a lot. Even my mom, who worked with law enforcement, talked about this with me also. And so, yeah, I'm an oxymoron. Sweetheart, almost every generation of men in my family, on one side of my family, has been in every single war since the American Revolution. I come from military people. I think like military people. So I get the Marine point of view. And I love law enforcement the way it used to be. I don't like it now. I don't like what it's become. Your mom wouldn't like what it has become either. You know, police officers used to be, if you needed help, you felt like, whew, the cavalry's here. And now it's like, oh, okay, now the cop's here. Here's another layer. How's this going to go? I'm just speaking from my experience in Tucson, Arizona as a businesswoman. I've been in property management for most of my business life here. And as a property manager, sometimes you have to call the police when, you know, your residents are having a domestic dispute or whatever. You have to call the cops. And when the cop shows up, you expect the cop to treat you with respect because you're the one who called for help. And instead, he's all cocky and got his if you kept better control of this place, I wouldn't have to be here attitude. Okay, I was working as an assistant manager in a blue-collar apartment complex that 2 years before that was full of hookers and pimps. So we cleaned out the hookers and pimps. Okay? Yeah, and it was just good blue-collar working people. Hard times for them people. That's all. And the cop didn't want to take the time to help them. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption. And I can tell you that I've been dealing with that here in Arizona for a long time because this used to be Mexico, you guys. What's Mexico famous for in their law enforcement? Corruption. You want to get out of a Mexican jail? You better make sure you got enough money. You can get out. You want anything in Mexico, you can buy it. Corruption is how Mexico operates. So this used to be Tucson. I don't mean Arizona. I mean Tucson. It was Mexico when all the stuff was going on in Tombstone. So that was all barely a part of the Arizona territory. My family my uncle, my great-grandfather came to Arizona in 1862. It wasn't even the Arizona territory then. So when it comes to border issues, I've watched, I've known, and I loved it the way it was when people could go across the border openly. I loved walking across that border and going shopping and not having to have a damn passport or a federally issued driver's license to get back home. Come on. It didn't used to be that way. I've known many people in Tucson who have housekeepers that live in Nogales that drive up for the day to clean their house and then drive home. What's wrong with that? Does that really hurt anybody? How many American women are chomping at the bit to clean your house? I know you're not an oxymoron, Jay. You're wonderful. But yeah, I understand you sharing your experience. And I have a cousin who was in the Gulf War, Army Ranger sniper. He's certified in 5 states with police certifications for firearms. And he's the one who was going to teach me how to shoot a gun. Because I don't even know how to shoot a gun. Well, I do. I don't know how to hit anything with it, but I know I can pull aim it and pull a trigger. I'm a good shot with a shotgun, especially if the choke's open all the way, and so the spread on the shot goes like this. It just rains on everybody. But no, Jay, I wasn't taking it serious. I'm just kind of, what I'm doing is I'm kind of spirits talking to you guys. I've stepped aside. Yeah, Spirit's telling me in this instance, let's focus on the solution. We as readers need to stop reading on the problems and start reading on the solutions. Because for number one, most of our problems are a past issue. We just don't want them to happen again. And it probably didn't get fixed, right? So we just don't want it to happen again because it won't get fixed next time. Like the question that I asked in the Lightworkers Roundtable. In light of this dark period in history, what do you do to raise your vibrations when you just don't feel it? Oh, that's cool. So your dad's a geek. I love it. My dad's specialty was fixing electronic gear in certain helicopters when he was serving in the Marines. My mom was really good putting most cases together and and filing them. So when she was working with law enforcement when I was a kid, it's the person that puts all that information together. The cops go out there and they collect it all. But it's the person that draws dot to dot to connect it all. Yeah. He's a true geek, and so is your mom. Something tells me I need to talk to your dad. Eric, you and I have a lot in common. Speaking of which, I harvested, as you guys know. I trimmed it up the day before yesterday. This is the big jar of the big buds. I'll eventually put everything in here, but you don't want to put it all in one because it's really wet. This is 80% humidity in here right now. So while I'm talking to you guys, I'm burping. What you do is you open the jar and let it air out. Hello, that smells like really potent bubblegum. Stinky bubblegum. Oh, I'd love to talk to him. I think we would be good friends. I think, yeah. Yeah, so this, I spent most of my day Monday trimming. I got 4 of these. Here. This one's 69% humidity in there. And this one doesn't have very much in it. This is mostly really medium-sized buds. But you're wondering, how does she know what the percentage is? Can you see that thing in there? See that deal in there? It's 76 degrees and 67% humidity inside this jar. And this one's 77. So you just take all the lids off and let them sit for about five minutes or so. Let some of that humidity out. This is the hardest part of all of this. Oh, I wish you lived by me too, Mama Bear. Oh my God, would we have some fun? Girlfriend, you and I together, this town would never be the same. Oh, you want to leave? I can do that. Well, you know what? What I'm getting ready to grow puts out leaves bigger than my hand. The next plant that I'm going to grow. So if I get a really pretty leaf, I'll see what I can do about getting. I'll let you know and see if I can get it to you, hon. Yeah. This one, let me reach in here if I can. Pull out one of these guys. These are the biggies. These are the fat boys. There's a really, oh, there we go. Yeah, and it keeps diving to the, it's like popcorn. All the big fluffy ones come to the top and and the big heavy ones float to the bottom. And this is being a poop. So I'll just dump it on my table. Where are you? Come here, you. Okay. Come here. Isn't this just what you want to watch me do? Shake weed out of a jar. Okay. Here it comes. Guys want that one? Will that work for you? Hey, Kathy G. Will that one work? Yeah, this jar will take longer too because the beds are bigger. They're all considerably bigger in here. That's why it looks like there's more in here. It's because there is more. They're bigger. And because I dumped them out now, I got to put the lid back on. Don't want them to dry too fast. This is where you can make or break it. If it dries too fast, everything just burns up when you light it. If it dries too slow, you get mold and it'll make you very, very sick. So this is, and the reason it's the hardest part is you do this about 3 times a day. You do that about 3 times a day, and then you can't smoke any of it. And as time goes by, it smells stronger and stronger and stronger. This is called the cure. And if you go to a dispensary, and they usually have their flower in jars, that's because they cured it in the jar. The grower cured it right there in the jar. I also have a little jar that's nothing but shake and beady little fine stuff. So I'm going to use that to make gummies. I got to make some butter though first. And I have a magic butter machine that I do that in. Pot butter, make pot butter in. Well, you can make pot butter. You can make infused, alcohol infused things. You can infuse cooking oils. Like, it doesn't have to necessarily butter. You can do infused coconut oil. So that's how my plant ended up. It's real dead now. But I'm thanking Gaia every day. So anybody bring any questions that you want to read on? I know I just kind of abruptly stopped that conversation, but it's such an emotional one, and everybody gets all worked up on it and gets all emotional and is all going to do everything when it happens. I want to hear the emotions and stuff coming on 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month from now. Everybody's all raw about it now, especially when it follows right after Buffalo. So, what is Spirit going to tell us about this? What does Spirit want us to know? You know what? Okay, Spirit wants a rebel card. Let's raise these vibes, you guys. Raise these vibes. Rebel card for Spirit. What you got to tell us with a rebel card, Spirit? Fuck, shit's about to get real. Fuck, you need your people around you. You guys are my people. I love you. I love it. I love it. I'm so, oh, J.U., I love chatting with you. You are my people. And I need you. Thank you for being here. As I'm getting ready, first thing when I wake up in the morning, I was like, oh, I got a live today. Oh, I got to do this, and I got to do that first, and I got to do that first. And oh, it happens at 11 in the morning. And And it's like my ego gets all in this, I'm lazy today mode. And then it gets to be 10 o'clock, and I'm like, come on, 11, where are you? Where are you? I want to talk to these people. So, yeah. Another card fell out, too, when I was doing that. The Rebel card. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need more time. You need more fucking time alone, and you know why. What's that card mean? You're going to be spending more time alone? I know the monkeypox. I'll read on monkeypox. You want me to read on monkeypox? Is monkeypox going to lock us down this summer? I mean, I've had chickenpox and I've had the smallpox vaccine and got the scar on my shoulder and the whole bit. Only thing I haven't had is my shingles vaccine, and I understand it can trigger shingles. But I figure I'm safe if I stay home, which is what I've been doing for going on to 3 years now. What does this talk to no one? Don't look at anyone. What does that card mean? Spirit, tell us. Okay. Darling, don't take it. Don't take it seriously. You're better than that. That was just a card that fell out. Apparently, it doesn't mean anything. Because the next card that I get here is, today I float on air. Ignite your passion. Here's your thought for the day. Even though my card of the day is surrender, Stop listening to the negative and tune into the positive, you guys. Hey, Sherry girl. Sherry. When you have time, I know you had a funeral and stuff today, so probably not today, but when you have time, either probably going to have to be Friday now, call me on the telephone and we will go through how to get a copy of your show that you did on my channel over to your channel where it should be, because I'm getting comments for you on my channel. So we'll fix that so that they go where they're supposed to go. Okay. I was just the venue. I was just the venue and the secretary. It was your show, babe. Your show. So yeah, that was fun too. And thank you for asking me to rescue you, because that was a win-win situation for both of us. Oh, your vacation starts at 5 today? Well, then maybe we can work on that tomorrow then, because I don't go live till 5 p.m. tomorrow. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, I go live tomorrow at 5, so with the Lightworkers Roundtable, and it's as in case you didn't see my ads and stuff, it's Renee from Tarot Love Community. Sandy Lou, hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Yes, yes, everyone, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Please, it helps my channel so much. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Oh, honey, I had a blast too. That was so much fun. We need to do it more often, I think. I think everybody in the chat had a good time too. It was good because there was a lot of views. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So, if that's any indication, your channel's going to do great. I'm actually in the process of making screenshots to send you the all the analytics on that particular show. So, you'll have all that. It was fun. It was fun. I even, when we did the Pictionary, I thought of a name for our team. It has to do with voodoo. It had voodoo in it. I can't remember what it is now. I think it was something like Voodoo You. We Voodoo You, something like that. I don't know. It was really silly. Yes. Kathleen is such a sweet, sweet person. Kathy is a nice lady. We got so many good people in this community. So many good people. Fun people, too. You like that? You like that? It was fun. That was so much fun. And I thought the voodoo name fit the three of us, you and Maya and I. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was good. That was fun. I will do that Pictionary again anytime. Any of you guys have a team that you need a last minute fill in, call me. Just let me know. I'll be there. That's fun. Just let Renee know. She knows I'll come. Oh, honey, I know. I know. That was all of us. And I feel really bad because I had people turning to me, because they were upset and they were mad, and I wasn't there for them because it upset me so much I couldn't be. And Spirit just keeps telling me over and over and over again, protect the children, protect the children, protect the children, protect the children. You're not thinking of the children. What's wrong with you adults? You're not thinking of the children. And it's a constant, like a ringing in my ear. Protect the children, protect the children. Watch out for the children. Think of the children. What about the children? Constantly in my head. And I never had a child. So I know that spirit letting me know more of this is going to happen. So, apparently, the authorities aren't going to do anything to prevent it. So is it going to be time for a civilian hero to bring it to a stop? I dropped a card. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, hurt people hurt people. Haters gotta hate. The thing is, Sherry, your husband, he was guiding you. He is your guide, one of your guides, by the way. He's right. He's right. Happy birthday, Mr. H. That's going to be the thing you're going to find the hardest thing about having a YouTube channel, sweetheart, is as your channel grows, people depend on you. And when you're not feeling it, you still got to be there. And it's hard. It's really hard. But when you're not feeling, speaking of not feeling it, prayers for everyone. Send your Reiki, your prayers, your love. Sonia Rain Lee has COVID. So be with her. She's vaccinated, so she should be okay. But just send her your prayers for a fast, quick healing. Yeah, she posted. She's not going to be on her live stream tonight. She's not doing it on her coffee talk on Friday. She's not doing her Soul Sisters on Monday, and probably not Wednesday or Friday live streams either next week. Bless her heart. She goes to vacation in a lifetime to Mexico and brings home the disease. I am I still am too scared to travel. I want to so bad. It's like I told Jay the other night, I want to rent a car and drive to California and then, start in San Diego and go on up and end up with Maya, see everybody all up the coast. And then I'm like, of course I could always fly into LAX, pick up a rental car and then do it south and north. And I'm like, but I don't get on a COVID pill. That's what I classify as an airplane. I won't get on an airplane right now. First of all, too many angry people in such a closed space. And then how many of those people are sick? Yeah, your big C. She's going to be okay. But yeah. I don't think she was feeling too good Sunday when she got home. Bless her heart. But it sounds like they had a good time. That's the other thing I think we need, ladies. I think, Andrea had her aluminum hats, her tin hat deal. I mentioned to Sonia, we need to have a hat fashion show. There are so many of us who love hats. I keep looking up because there's 4 hats right here. And I got 2 more over here. I love hats. Hi, Hilda Flores. Good to see you. Happy birthday, Carl. And I know he's resting in peace, but I also know he's there with Sherry. So he's always with Sherry and Lewis. Yeah, you made it. Woohoo! Yeah, I love hats. You know, even when I'm having a good hair day, that's when I like hats the most. Because when your hair is all fluffy and curly, and when you put a hat on, it's all fluffy and curly around the hat, especially my big black one. I have I've only worn it a couple times here. This one. This hat. And I have I'm going to put a new hat band on it that's wider. And I have Hopi Sun God pin that I've had forever and ever and ever that I'm going to put on over here on the side. But this is real honest to goodness felt hat. Thank you. It's fun. When my hair's down and I pull it back and I do it this way, well, it helps if you can get it straight. But when you're trying to do it in StreamYard in the camera, it's like a double mirror. I know you guys all that have never done the StreamYard thing. You're going, why can't they ever get that right? Why is that so hard? It's like holding a mirror up and then trying to get it right in the mirror that you're holding up. That's getting you a reflection of a reflection of a. Oh, it's crazy. It's weird. Just too weird. But thank you, Hilda. I love hats. This is my favorite, though. This is one I wear this hat all the time. So, because I wear this hat out in the yard. Oh, and I've got my, sun hats and baseball caps and. Yeah, I figure, especially this time of year, shove your hair up in a hat. You don't have to comb it. You don't have to deal with it. When my hair was really short, though, it was great. But right now, I love fedoras. Fedoras that's a sexy hat to me. I don't know why. I come from that generation, though. I was born in 58, so. But yeah, I used to have super short hair, so now it's like any excuse I can find to shove my hair up. I'm looking for it this time of year. It's hot here already. Your son wears them. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, fedoras are cool. You're 57, Hilda? Well, I'm February of 58. I'm an early 58er. So we would have gone to school together, girlfriend. We would have been in the same class. That's cool. There's a lot of us. A lot of us in this community that are between 55 and 65. It blows my mind. I would have to say a lot of the majority of the card readers are in that age range, and it blows me away. Yes, I graduated from high school in 1976. Graduated from college in 1980. Yeah, joined Normal in 1975. Same day I joined Greenpeace. No, I'm not an activist or nothing. You were born in Janet P. is the same age. Oh my God. See? I knew why we all got along. I knew it. We just all should have gone to school together. We'd have been a good squad to hang with. Technical college at 77. I got an associate. It took me 5 years to get an associate's degree. My father was paying for school. He wanted me to go to college, and I didn't know what I wanted to study, so I went to college anyway. And I studied general studies. I started out as a med tech student and learned how to draw blood on people, learned all about hematology and how the body works and, anatomy and all that stuff. And then when I got to biochemistry and had to learn how to analyze people's poop, I couldn't quit throwing up. So I thought, okay, I'll become a psychiatrist. I'll do that. Let's see what that sounds like. That would be really interesting. Then I found out you have to spend a year in a mental hospital as an intern because you're a doctor. A psychiatrist is an MD. A psychologist is a PhD. But you still, either one of those, you have to work in a mental institution as an intern for a year. I don't want no. I would do marriage and family counseling was what I was wanting, not serious mental, where people try to hurt you or people try to hurt themselves. God, you got married at 20. That kind of throws a wrench in it, doesn't it? Hilda, I have a friend over here in Safford, because I know you're in Arizona, aren't you, Hilda? I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I have a friend over here in Safford who graduated. She's got dyslexia really bad. Not only does she see letters and stuff backwards, she sees certain letters upside down. Oh, that's right. You're in Texas. I knew you were in one of our hot states. One of these hot, dry states. And she but she has dyslexia really bad. And she had a little girl just before COVID hit. She had a brand new baby. So their little girl is 2. I swear to God, she came out of her mother talking like an adult. So that kid speaks in full sentences at 2 years old. I mean, she's like, Daddy, come here. I want you now. Okay, Kelly Lynn. We love her. We adore her. She's super smart. But the point I'm trying to make is her mom finished high school. She had a hard time finishing high school. Then she ended up working in the carnival circuit for a while. And that's how she met baby daddy. And the two of them have been together for like 12 years now. She is now decided to go back to school after all this time. And she is studying to become a counselor, marriage and family counseling. I am so proud of her. I'm like bursting inside. She's going to college and she has a really hard time reading. I'm very proud of her. You wanted to be in the entertainment industry, but your path led you to the wellness industry. And I don't regret it one bit. You know what, Jay? You fit more in the wellness industry. Your personality, darling, the entertainment industry would mow you down. Quite literally. They would. You're too kind for the entertainment industry. Hey, that's something I can do. I have a concept script. You guys can help me work on that. That would be fun. I'll read you what I have done on it. And it's animated film too. I think that'd be kind of fun to do in a live stream. Why not? I think I have about half of it done. Just enough to put it on a website in case somebody might want to buy it and want to see the whole story. So, yeah, it's animated and it's about a fairy. It's about unicorns. It's got a steampunk undertone. It involves an enchanted forest. Something kind of like the Never-Ending Story where the nothing is taking over. And it has a lot of social, yeah. That would be fun. No. Entertainment industry has nothing to do with being cutthroat. It's stab you in the back. It's. Let me put it this way. the slap that was heard around the world. I had a very biased opinion of that. When I was getting my master's degree in creative writing to be a script writer, Will Smith had a website all set up and an ad and everything on Google looking for new writers, new scripts. We'll buy your script. You want to get your script sold on a production? My production company is looking for new writers. Okay. So people submitted shit like crazy. My teachers all went, ignore that. Run from that. He's going to steal your ideas. And that's exactly what happened. They had to shut down the website because somebody threatened to sue. Because it was just a setup to get ideas for scripts from people who didn't have their scripts copyrighted. Because you can't copyright an idea. You got to write the whole thing. So I don't have a very high opinion of Will Smith. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know how many... Dude, you figure out what... You're blessed to figure out the wellness industry and that's where you want to be. Oh, I don't have any use for Will Smith. Yeah, he was stealing student ideas. Students. Hollywood is famous for that. That's, as I'm telling you guys, would you like to help me finish my script? I'm going, no, Katie, if you ever want to sell that script, you can't do that because somebody will see it on YouTube and steal your idea. So I can't do that with you guys. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'd like to try to sell that script. It's a fun script. But, this is why I live in Arizona and not in Hollywood. I don't do well with that kind of stress. Actually, I wanted to be a novelist anyway. And the reason I went ahead and did the script writing program, first off, is the only thing they offered at Full Sail University. There you go, Jay. You may have heard of them, considering their number one donor is Ed McMahon and the WWE. Pretty much paid for half my school. I paid $36,000 though for a 18. It's supposed to be a 2-year program, and I did it in 15 months. But yeah, and Orlando. It's in Winter Park, Florida. So it's just basically across the street from Disney World. It's right there where all the WWE, they have a big deal. It's right next door, actually. Anyway, Full Sail, full, like my belly's full. Sail like the sail on a sailboat. University, all they do is entertainment industry, music and film. They do things like degree programs is computer graphics. They do script writing. They do music production, music writing. Some of the music writing is in the music production, so you can get two at the same time. It's a good school. There's a lot of I can't remember the Disney show, the Disney program where the kid has the big will look like the big white Michelin man balloon thing that I don't even know the story of it. I didn't watch the movie, but anyway, there were several graduates from Full Sail University that helped write that movie. My instructor that I wrote the script for, this particular one I'm talking about, works for Pixar. So, yeah, WWE is in trouble also. Well, I hate to tell you this. That's scripted too. It's just as scripted as any other reality show. That's what cracks me up. It's called a reality show, but it has a script. You may not have lines that you memorize, but you sure do have a format you follow. So, I watched the rise of the WWE from nothing. So I was a big Roddy Piper fan. Especially when he started doing movies. Man, Steve Austin was okay. I was more Roddy Piper, and the Hulk. Hulk was kind of cool. Just because of all that blonde hair and that really tan skin. It's like they're both fake as hell. Give me a bleach bottle and fake tan. That's okay. You couldn't go anywhere without do anything. Nobody was doing anything without Hulk Hogan on it. Oh, I know. The Undertaker. Yes. Yeah. Those guys from that era, they're a little different. They're crazy. Okay. Yeah, screw loose. That's all I got to say. But I kind of have that feeling about any kind of a sport that has to do with violence or beating someone up. So I'm not a big wrestling fan, and I'm definitely not a boxing fan. As a matter of fact, I think boxing should be outlawed, but it saves a lot of young men's lives. So, but I'm a nonviolent person. Yeah, we have to decide: do we do the violence or do we not do the violence? And if we don't do the violence, we can't have it be in. Stop and think about how much of our life is permeated with violence. Sports. Nikki! Yeah, good to see you. No, stop and think about it. Yeah, look at the football. We got Herschel Walker running first. Sorry. I've watched Herschel Walker his whole career and gone, football. Give me the football. And you fools want to vote him in as an. Never mind. Exactly. Well, there's a lot of other sports programs that aren't quite so violent. Like, we don't have to push rugby and football. Soccer is so fast paced that, yeah. Basketball. Yeah, basketball messes up knees and stuff, but it doesn't cause brain damage from getting shook around inside your brain, getting shook around inside your head. No football helmet is going to do anything to protect you from that. Yeah, chess, golf, no contact sports. Well, even some contact sports. You can do contact sports. They just don't have to be contact sports where it's I have to admit I'm not a sports person because I always look at competition as though you have a winner and a loser. Why do we have to have that duality of a winner and a loser? Can't we both win? So sports to me, two people can't win at sports. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. So I'm not a competitive person. I want to see everybody win. Your son was a quarterback in high school and he got a concussion and you got so scared. I've had 2 concussions in my life. Both times was because I was drinking. Fell and hit my head really hard. The second concussion was so bad, I was sick for a week. I drove myself to the emergency room. Don't remember it. Saw the doctor. The doctor gave me a prescription, did a CAT scan on my head, the whole bit. Got the prescription filled, drove home. Next day, I don't know why. Oh, and the next day I had this big knot on my head, right? Big purple knot on my head. And it was giving me two big black eyes. I'd fallen down and hit my head on the tile, right on my third eye. And I was like, oh, Mom, I think I better. I was taking care of my mom at the time. I think I better go to the emergency room. See, I didn't know I had been to the emergency room the night before when I did it. So I drive myself to the emergency room. I get the same doctor. She's like, there's my head injury. I wondered what happened to you last night. You left on me. She said, we were trying to decide if we were going to keep you or not, and you left. I'm like, well, you gave me prescriptions. I thought we were done. The funny thing is I didn't know she gave me prescriptions, and I didn't know I had gone to Walgreens to get them filled. So she wrote me new prescriptions, told me what the deal was, wrote me new prescriptions, and I asked my next door neighbor to go get the prescriptions for me because by the time I got home, I was feeling sick to my stomach and I had a headache. Well, concussion, hey. So he goes to Walgreens to get it filled, and the pharmacist says, I can't fill this. I filled this last night for her. And that's how I found out that I had taken myself to the emergency room the night before. Concussions are bright closed head injuries are scary. Really, really scary. What's weird is when you're mentally aware here and it doesn't connect to anywhere else. The doctor had given me something for nausea. And yeah, I went to sleep. I slept. And she'd give me something for nausea so I didn't get sick to my stomach. Zofran. That stuff works good. But yeah. Oh, I know. The first concussion that I had was I was at a party, somebody's birthday party, and she'd barbecue, and I stepped just so on the sidewalk on the patio pavement and turned my ankle and fell and hit my head on the barbecue, which was a homemade barbecue made out of a 55-gallon drum and rebar handles and all that stuff. So it was a heavy barbecue, and I hit my head on it. Well, it was also hot because we had just cooked dinner. So it burned my head, almost knocked me out. I proceeded to drink lots of vodka that night. Didn't know what I was doing. And they found me sitting in the rain on the sidewalk out the bottom of the stairs in front of my apartment, just laughing at nothing. And I don't remember any of it because I had a concussion. And I had to go to work the next day. I was a leasing agent in an apartment complex. So I was like showing apartments to people and stuff. And I was so sick to my stomach. Oh, so sick to my stomach. Our security guard when he was a state police officer, and on his off duty, he was our security guard at this apartment complex, and he got a free apartment to do that. So he just, stopped by the rental office to see how everybody was doing, and he was like, "Hey, you look really bad. Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I am really sick to my stomach." And he had been to the party the night before, so he knows I drank a lot. And he's like, "Honey, what you're describing to me is not a hangover, Katie." He says, "You got a concussion. You need to go home right now." And he made me leave. He locked up the office. He called the manager and told her, "If you want to rent apartments today, you better get your ass up here." But Katie's got a concussion, and I sent her home. Well, I almost lost my job over that. But yeah, that was weird. That was really, really, really weird. My boyfriend that lived with me at the time wouldn't let me sleep when I told him that the cop said I had a concussion. Not a doctor, but he's seen state police. Been he was a sergeant in the state police. He'd been in the state police a long time, so he's seen a few car accidents. No, it wasn't alcohol. It was a concussion. I was drinking Absolute vodka. They had like 3 bottles of it up in the freezer, so it was really cold and syrupy. And you put just a little spritz of lime in it. Oh, that's so good. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's drinking it straight. That's, I don't drink vodka at all now. Actually, I don't hardly ever drink. If I drink, it's my own wine that I make. So I don't drink hard liquor hardly ever. Oh, I know. I know, because you don't know if you've got a brain bleed. And if you've got a hemorrhage getting ready to happen in your brain and you fall asleep, you'll die. Yeah. I don't like thinking about those kind of things because I end up having surgery often. And I live alone. There's nobody to watch out for me when I come home. So makes it a little interesting. And I'm afraid I'm going to end up having surgery on my hand. I spend most of my time that I am not pulling cards with my hand in a brace and stuff, and I don't even use this hand. Actually, this thumb is losing its strength. The dexterity between my thumb and index finger is getting hard to hold a pencil. I drop them. So I'm going to have to do something. I've been putting it off for a long time. Well, you know what? That sounds like an alcohol allergy, Hilda. If you're the kind of person that just one drink makes you nauseous, odds are you have an allergy to it. Thank God on the universe and all that is good. Hi, Kelly Lynn. Oh, thank you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yes, concussions. So can you imagine being a professional football player and you're kind of just in that state of mind, especially like the quarterbacks and those guys that, fullbacks, they're always getting hit. Can you imagine that? You're just kind of living in that kind of a state of a fog all the time. You have liver issues. Oh, bless your heart. I've got kidney issues. I was hard on my body when I was young, and I'm paying for it now. So, anybody want a card? Or you got a question? Yeah. The gun laws in this country have got to change. We're supposed to be the richest, most sophisticated, up-to-date country in the world, but we have the highest infant mortality, highest rate of murder, and the highest rate of mass shootings. Where's the sophistication in that? Where's the civilization in that? I don't see one. Hilda wants a card. Cool. Let's do this. Rachel. Hi, Rachel, my love. You changed your picture. Oh, you want a card too? Okay, we got Rachel wants a card. Hilda wants a card. Cool. Sherry wants a card. Kelly Lynn wants a card. And Kathy G wants a card. Okay. Star. We'll start with Rachel. Yes. You can go second. Nah, I got you. I do it just right down as I see you. You're good. You and then Kelly Lynn and then Sherry and then Hilda and then Kathy G. And then whoever after that. Card for Ms. Rachel. That one jumped at me. Oh, it's beautiful. This is a good card. Ooh. Whoa, Rachel, I just got goosebumps all down my back, sweetie. Patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. I'm going to pull another card. See if we get more on this. No, it's not that one. What's the bottom card? Yes. I love this card. I love it when this card comes up. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. By the way, this is the Messages from the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. Express your individuality. Allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. We need you. We need your true self. Rachel and I are working on a show we're going to do together. So, yeah, Rachel. Yeah, that's a cool card. So, whatever you've been asking for today, patience, my love. It's coming. It's coming. Kelly Lynn. I'm going to use the same cards for you too, sweetheart. Let's see. Oh, Hilda Flores is next. I'll go ahead and do Kelly. Kelly. Wow. Okay. First card. Practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Anything that you're trying to improve, maybe there's something new. You got new abilities coming forward that you might need to practice. And then the next card that I get is goodbye to the old, hello to the new. So that's telling you you've got the practice, practice, practice card. Let me show you this card. So you got practice, practice, practice. Something new's coming in that you're going to need to practice before you can put it into actual use or fruition. However, you're not going to be able to get it into the practice position to be able to do it until you've finished with one part of your life, and now the new part is here. So you need to finish up something first before the new can come in. But the new is here. It's here. It's not waiting. It's here. So you need to let go. I love this card. I actually used to have this in a t-shirt. Little fairy sitting in the robin's nest. This is for you, Rachel. This got a robin on her porch. If you guys haven't seen Rachel's, Rachel put up a video. She's got squirrels and robins and all kinds of cool stuff going on. Anyway, this card says, as you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desire. What are you trying to control, Kelly? Is there something that maybe you need to let go of, focusing so much on how you want it to turn out? Maybe the way it's supposed to work out is better. So basically, you've got new stuff coming in, but you gotta let go of the old stuff. That old shit that's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Because your desires, everything you want's within reach, but you gotta let go of that old stuff that holds you back. All of us are in this thing where we're we're I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think the unknown is really scary for us. So you don't want to look at it, you know? Hilda Flores. You know, so much of our whole government system and stuff we're learning has been based on not so good things. That's all got to change. And us Americans are very much proud people of habit. And we've spent the last 40, 50 years going through the movements and the breath of life, but totally with our heads in the sand. And that's not our fault, because it was all planned and done intentionally. And but now that we know better, we do better. And it's the knowing better that's what we're having a hard time dealing with right now. It kind of feels like everything's up in the air, huh? It's not, really, it's not. Hilda! Really? Oh, this is interesting. You got some health issues going on, darling? Because this card's telling me you need to lay off your meat. You need to come up with, it's the vegetarian card. You need to come up with a new way of eating. A new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation abilities. Okay, Spirit, you know what I just heard? Hilda, you got to leave the Tex-Mex alone. You're talking to somebody who, if I can stick it in a tortilla, I'd rather eat it in a tortilla than any other way. Okay. So, take your vegetables, spice the crap out of them. Spice them up just like you would your meat. I did this years ago. I used to be vegetarian. I used to make vegetarian tacos and everything. You just go ahead and put your cumin in your beans. And by golly, those beans will taste like meat. I actually had a vegetarian one day accuse me of lying because I made machaca beef and I made a vegetarian version with black beans. And she accused me of using the same sauce on both of them and that there was meat in the vegetarian version because they tasted so similar. And it's like, well, you put the same spices in both. That's one of the games, you know. Oh, beans. Yeah, hun. I can live on Mexican food. Yeah. Well, my mom started teaching me how to make Mexican food way, way, way before I really knew how to cook. So, let's see who's next. Next. Wow, an hour and a half already? Did I like rant for an hour about shooting in Texas? If I did, I apologize. Whew. Sherry, my dear Sherry, do you want a fairy card or you want an Andrea card? You know what, Hilda, as far as trying goes, that's all you can do. But do the best you can. And when you have a craving, I love flour tortillas. Okay, you want a fairy card? Okay. I started doing things when I went to the flour tortillas. I'm real picky now with my flour tortillas. I make sure my tortillas that I buy are the ones that are made locally. I don't buy the Mission or those guys. And if I can if there's a lady that used to be outside the grocery stores and Circle K's and Walgreens all over the place, there would be these ladies that would be sitting and they would be selling their tortillas and they would be sitting there making them and selling them right then and there. You have to eat more salmon, fish, and chicken. Well, chicken might be kind of hard for you right now, considering they're a little hard to find. I don't know about, well, I'm sure it's hard for you to find them in Texas because they're damn near almost impossible to get a chicken here in Tucson. I've been buying canned white meat chicken. Ooh, ground beef corn tortillas. Ooh. Now you're talking up my weakness. Tamales, my dear. I don't care what you put in masa. You wrap it in that corn husk in. Yow, baby, yow. Mm-hmm. Steam that little girl. Okay, Sherry. Sherry do. What does Sherry want? What does Sherry need to know? You're allergic to salmon, Rachel? Yeah. I will add ground turkey to my ground beef to make the ground beef go twice as far and be less greasy. And I never buy anything less. I always buy the 93% lean. I have to add oil or it sticks to the pan because there's not much fat in the ground beef. Because I don't eat much ground beef. I don't eat much beef anyway. You can't eat tamales? Sounds like you definitely need to do a diet change then. I guess that card was right on. I used to just do a stir fry. Take a bunch of vegetables that I really liked, like zucchini or calabacicas, yellow crookneck squash, cut up a bunch of green chilies, and I wouldn't roast the green chilies, leave the skin on them and everything. Toss that all in with some vegetable oil and then I would just go ahead and put all my chili powder and cayenne pepper and garlic and onion and all those seasonings that you love that you put in your Mexican food. And I just put that in with the vegetables. And then I'll toss that in a tortilla. And I get a regular flour tortilla. For a while, I thought, well, maybe it's healthier if I get the spinach wrap tortillas. You look at the sugar content in those, you guys. If you're trying to lose weight, count the O's and the other sugars in the food that you eat. And I don't mean your desserts. I mean, look up even your fresh fruits and vegetables. You'll be very shocked. When I went through diabetic nutrition training, I was the worst fruit you can eat as a diabetic is a banana. It is so packed with sugar. Second worst, an orange. Why do you think they give diabetics orange juice when they are going into diabetic shock? Loaded with sugar, and it brings you right out of it, just like a piece of candy. That ought to tell you about everything you need to know. Woo, Sherry! You're going to go on a trip! Oh, this is a magnificent card, too, because the trip you're going on is on the Stag. If it was white, it would be the Nightbringer. Oh, my goodness. Look at this card. Your upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. You going somewhere? Maybe this is the card that you were supposed to have. This one makes more sense. Admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. Dang that. Reflection. Shiny darn cards make it hard. I used to have this on a t-shirt too. There used to be a t-shirt company called The Mountain. I think they were out of Colorado. I think they're out of Denver. And they had the coolest stuff on t-shirts. So, interesting, Sherry. Yeah, the travel one comes up again because on the bottom of the deck is holiday. Maybe it's talking about your... Maybe it is. Maybe a car. Yeah. Maybe it's a car. Or maybe it's talking about the changes, the things that are coming up for this, because you're getting ready to go into the vacation period for school because of your work. You want to go to the beach. Well, apparently you're going to go on a trip and you're going to have a great time. Take us with you, okay? Can I come? Promise I'd have to get on an airplane to come and be with you, and I don't get on COVID pills. Sorry. Oh, dear. Oh, my gosh. Well, that's pretty cool. Always blows me away when this stuff works. Yeah. Wait a minute. There was one more person, and they went away. Was that Kathy G? Who did I miss on the cards? Yeah, can we all go? Only faculty gets the summer off. Oh, okay. So what do you do then? You're there sitting, hanging out at school, and of course, I'm sure you have to deal with faculty that's teaching summer school. Duh, Katie, you went to a couple summer schools. I loved summer school. Summer school was fun. It was a lot easier to get the grade, too. Tammy A, hi. Yeah, let's all go. Okay, I thought it was you, Kathy. I'm sorry. Man, I clicked to get rid of one and it got rid of two. I swear. I love Mercury in retrograde. I always look forward to reasons to reassess everything I do. Ah, yeah, I get you. I've been there. They call you a secretary. I'd call you an administrative assistant. You're an administrator because you purchase things. You're a procurement agent as well as a secretary. So that makes you an administrator. At least in federal government eyes. Yes, I got Kathy. I just don't want to miss anybody. I feel so bad when I do. Okay, administrative assistant 3. Yeah, Rachel, I help people drink beer. You help weddings. You help people make the most memorable days of their lives. Don't discount your job, you silly woman. She's an event coordinator for Pabst Blue Ribbon at Best Place. So she gives tours. This woman does a lot of stuff. Administrative coordinator. Rachel's got it. Rachel loves her job. She works her butt off. Rachel, or I'm sorry, Kathy G. It's telling you to do some research. You need more information about this situation. Wow, look at the size of those books. Whatever you're trying to do, you need to do a little more research on it, hon. Apparently, maybe there's some details you're missing, or a detail that might be crucial. So, yeah, I was reading. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I get stuck reading the comments and I forget, Katie, you're supposed to be the one who's entertaining people. Homework. Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to school and you're writing a paper, maybe there's a point that is just under the surface that's going to make a big difference in your grade. If you're getting ready to do something financial or legal, you're missing something. There's something you need to look into a little more. Yeah, don't go any farther until you do some research in this. Hi, Stony Baker! Stony Baker, you missed it. I was showing my big buds and stuff at the beginning of this. You have to go back to the beginning. Dude, those are the big boys. Uh-oh. And it's broken the jar. Well, I guess I have another one of these. I guess I better go get it. Definitely don't want to step there. We just took a chunk of the glass out of the jar. That's weird. Anyway, there's my jar. Yeah. Oh, you don't agree with the doctor? Well, you know what? If you're on Medicare, let me tell you right now, legally you have a right to a second opinion. You always have a right to a second opinion. So, yeah, Stony, I got one bud that's this long. Let me tell you how I am with doctors. I've had so many over the years with my health issues that when I go into a doctor's appointment for the very first time, I'm going in there like I'm an employer and I am interviewing them for a job. They feel that as soon as they walk in the room, and either we get along or we don't get along. I also fire doctors at the drop of a hat. You don't get me the health care I need. I'm not getting the results that I think I should have. See you, buddy. I'm going to go somewhere else. And the more we have that attitude with doctors in our medical system, the more they're going to realize they really do need us, or they kind of don't have a career. Won't be any reason for an insurance company. Yeah, interview them, talk to them about their schooling. They work for you. A doctor works for you, and a doctor's not God. They make mistakes. They're human like you. Jay. Yeah. You suck, man. I walked into my last doctor and he was upset about his computer and gave me tood. I said, you suck, man. I don't think that's what you said. I know you. You probably just sat there, put up with it, and then you never went back, right? No, when I was going through the process of being diagnosed with fibromyalgia, I went through 7 different doctors. Till finally I got a doctor who would even agree that it even existed. Okay. I had one doctor tell me my sedimentation rate was high and my triglycerides were high. So he put me on Lipitor, I think it was, and told me I had a kidney infection. And he wanted me to come in and give him a urine sample. How do you know I have a kidney infection if I haven't given you a urine sample? All he did was a blood test. Okay. Well, maybe my kidney levels were off. Okay. Borderline kidney disease. My kidney levels are off 99% of the time. Well, I didn't tell this doctor that. If he's worth his shit, he would have picked that up right away. So I go in there and I give them a urine sample. They give me a solo cup to pee in. Not a sterile specimen cup. So I'm like, okay. I go in there, I pee in, I put it in a little door. Okay, there it is. See ya. And I leave. You've got a raging infection. Puts me on Cipro. Blah, 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 blah. I go back in, wants to see me in a couple weeks. That's for 10 days. I go back in, do it again. Same kind of cup, same kind of situation. Now, these little solo cups were stacked inside that door where you put the specimen when you are finished. No contamination involved there. No. When he told me my kidney infection wasn't any better and I needed another stronger antibiotic, I told him, thank you very much. I'm going to my urologist now. Shit. I went to my urologist. My urologist did a bladder scope, like they do endoscope, like they do for your colon. And he did it up into my bladder. Let's just see how bad this infection is. Beautiful pink tissue. There was no infection in there at all, you guys. None. And he was going to put me on a second antibiotic, stronger antibiotic. My urologist said, you might want to consider a different doctor. And that's all he would say. Especially when I told him the doctor's name, he was like, you definitely might want to consider a different doctor. So from that point on, And that doctor was cocky. He was the old school, older man. I'm the doctor. Don't cross me. You're just a stupid woman. You don't know what you're saying kind of attitude. That goes about 5 seconds with me. Anyway, so I basically told him he needed to start spending some money in his office, get some real specimen cups, because if he didn't, he's going to get his ass sued. He's really lucky I didn't sue him because I didn't have an infection according to my specialist. I never heard from that doctor again. If it would have been something other than, bladder infection kind of a thing, I would have sued him. So that just shows you. My mom was the kind of person that if the doctor says do it, that means God said to do it, and you better make sure you don't mess it up. No. The doctor tells you to do something and it doesn't make sense to you. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask them to explain it to you. Why it works. Why do you think this is happening? Why do you think? Because a good doctor should be able to explain it to you. And if he can't get down to the layman's terms to explain that to you, he has no business seeing patients. He needs to be in a laboratory. Yes, sweetheart. I'll be over there and say howdy to you too when you start up your stream. I'll be over there shortly. Only got about 5 minutes. Good to see you, Jay. You have a good one. If you don't like a doctor, you repeatedly ask for a prostate exam. Cough. Cough. I can't do that. Women can't do that. We get all pried open, and I mean the instruments they use for us. Oh my God, you guys, you get a little concerned about grabbing the balls and having to cough. Shoot, we get these. It's looks like forceps, but it's on a corkscrew like thing, and they put that up inside you, and then they pry you open, and then they yeah. Your urologist is hilarious. His name is Cutting It Off. Cutting it off. Does he do vasectomies? Oh, I love it. That's funny. That's good. That's good. Oh my gosh. Well, gee, that bums me out that I broke that jar, because that's my big jar. I was actually going to make a light out of that jar. I guess I'll have to order some more. I know it's only effective if you're a dude. Hey, women, you guys have, all you have is that grab the balls and cough thing. Okay. We got the smash your boob until it's about this thick. And then we got the pry you open because we shit watermelon-sized babies. Hey, guys, you got it easy compared to us. Easy. I had a friend that was getting her first mammogram, and she was terrified. She was afraid it was really going to hurt her. And I'm like, it doesn't hurt any more than laying on your stomach or having sex with a guy who really likes your chest. And I made the mistake of mentioning that, it's not any different than your honey grabbing you by the boob. And she's like, my honey doesn't touch my boobs. They're painful all the time. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry for him. And I'm even really more sorry for you. Anyway, I take off on a really odd subject here just towards the last minute. I love it. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Dimitri, cutting it off, cutting nuts off. My buttocks just clenched. Oh my God. Uh-huh. And that's not in your butt, bud. Yeah. You guys got it easy. When it comes to the reproductive ends. You drive conversations off the road, Stony. Your conversations sometimes are on a whole parallel universe. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Mammograms and pap smears, Rachel? Guys, they're always, oh, I hate that. I hate going to the doctor. A lot of men will not go to the doctor because they don't want to do the cough. And it always cracks me up when I come across a man like that. I'm like, dude, you need that crank you open inside you that we have to go through, and the boob smush. That's all I was saying. You're going to go hide? No. It's just guys. It's funny. But hey, you know what? When it comes to pain, guys can really handle physical pain. Don't kid yourselves. I know. I called my daughter Rachel Ray. Yeah. Especially men that do physical work, like Stony, for instance, contractors and carpenters and people like that. Those men go through a lot of pain in the day, and they just work through it. Don't even pay any attention to it. I mean, you look at a man who's worked hard, and he's got the smushed fingers, as I always call it. Got the globe fingertips. That's a man who's worked hard his life. Hey, I was a double D. I overflowed the squish test. Had a 2nd-degree burn on my leg. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and stomach. Doctor said, you have no pain threshold. Wow. Wow. Have you no pain threshold? Wow. I have an uncle that didn't have much of a pain threshold. Like I said, I think I told you about him. He broke his hip, and they had to call the fire department to help get him to stand up because he couldn't get that leg to stay underneath him. God dang it. What the hell? The fire department shows up. The firemen are like picking him up. They got him under here, trying to pick him up. And that leg is just doing this. And can't get the leg to stay underneath him. Fool had a broken hip. It wasn't hurting him at all. He just couldn't get it to work. Yeah. I started wearing a training bra at 9 years old, Sherry. I am no longer a double D, but that's because I had breast cancer. And I got to pick what size I wanted to be. And Medicare paid for it. Ooh, I was peeling off black burnt flesh. Dude, that's 3rd degree. That's not 2nd degree. That's 3rd degree. 2nd degree are blisters. And Double D Electric Company. Yeah. Rachel, Stony Baker MD, I have a super high pain threshold, but people who are all redheads have a higher pain tolerance. Not sure why. That's interesting. You woke up in the 9th grade with big boobs? Mine started at 9 years old. My mom put me in a training bra because my nipples were always sore from rubbing my shirts because I'm a tomboy. Double D breaker boxes. See, there you go, Stony. Your mom's a redhead. Yeah. Kind of interesting, huh? A lot of redheads too aren't redheads negative RH factor too. Something about that. Anyway. Anywho, you guys, we've been here. It's 2 hours. 2 hours and 27 seconds. I thank you guys. You always help me. I hope I help you. Your mom was hot. Ooh, my mom was hot. My mom was only 5 foot tall, but my mother was a brunette with big round doe eyes, big brown eyes. I wish I had my mama's eyes. Ooh, she was pretty. You're O negative, so yeah. See, I'm O positive. Yeah, I think I read something about the most redheads have a negative RH. Your mom's 5'11"? Wow, Stony. She's way taller than me. I'm 5'6". Wow, that was my dad's height. My dad was 5'11". That's cool. 88 years old. Bless her heart. Didn't she just have a birthday recently? Didn't you just go help her celebrate her birthday, as I recall? Oh, Sherry, thank you. Thank you. Okay, yeah, give me a call tomorrow, and we'll take care of this. We'll figure out one way or another to get your show recorded over to you. Sure. Only we're going to do it on your channel, not mine. We're going to get you running it from StreamYard so that you're full-fledged, up and running. Yeah. No, that sounds fun. Memorial Day weekend, you know what I got planned? Nothing. I have no plans. I'm just going to chill. Going to do whatever comes along this weekend. So yeah, sure. Sounds like fun. Hey, my man. I love you, Stony. You're my bud. You're my friend. You keep me sane sometimes. You know, I go over there and I listen to your live stream and I listen to you being silly and laughing and playing music and learning all the new things that I learn about growing. And yeah. You doing a live with Deanne? Awesome. Oh, she's throwing you a birthday party? Oh, cool. I love Deanne. Special person. Yeah. Hey, I love you all. You're my friends. You're my family. You're my friend family. So that's my family. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. A wonderful weekend if I don't see you before. Tomorrow night is the Lightworkers Roundtable. Our discussion is with Renee from Tarot Love Community. And as she is like my sister and dear friend, I cannot wait to see where this conversation goes. Because, yeah. If it wasn't for Rachel, look at how many of us who would not even know each other. Renee. If it wasn't for Renee and Tarot Love Community, look at all of us who would not even know each other at all. So, oh, good. I'm glad you'll be here tomorrow. I love you, people. You take care. Be kind to one another. But today, if you feel like you need to spend some time by yourself, do it. And if you feel like, oh, God, I'm tired of resisting all this shit, Surrender. Don't resist anymore. Take care. I love you. Bye-bye, everybody.